Hi, this is Brian and Sharon. This is the first time opening the hives since the winter, since we bundled them up. So today is February the 22nd, I think. It's a Sunday, so somewhere around there. And one of our hives, lots of activity, so we know they're good. This hive, nothing. So we're gonna go in and see what's going on. As you can see, we did some insulation just to help them keep whatever warmth they could indoors. So let's pop in here and see if they're still alive and just hanging out or not. That's not a good sign. Bunch of dead bees on the cover. There's still one there, but it may have just blown in. So let's see. Get down below insulation here. Turn this up. May have to take this off. See if I can get under there with this. There we go. The candy board is still heavy, so there's still lots of food in here. I don't see evidence of a lot of water. I don't see evidence of any live bees either. Usually it's not cold that will kill bees. It's usually more of a moisture thing. One of the advantages of these sugar cakes that we put in is they will absorb a lot of moisture. Well, let's just go ahead and unwrap this one. Let me come around to the front. Sometimes you could figure out why hives die. Sometimes you don't seem to be able to come up with a really good reason. Okay. Take this back panel off. Alright, so let's see what we got here. It's a spacer that I put in just to give us some space for the fondant. So that box is still pretty heavy. look wet, don't they?
It's hard to tell.
Let's look.
There's a drip of honey, but I think that's from when he just pulled that off.
Let's see. Looks like inside. Still had some weight, so there's still some honey that hasn't been consumed. There's pretty good frame. There's a full frame of honey. It's got droplets on it, but it looks like honey. It doesn't look like water.
Yeah, it looks...
Several.
Pull that back out again for a second.
Okay.
So, yeah, all that just looks like honey. Like honey's leaking out, though. Or something. I don't know.
So some bees from the other hive are suddenly smelling honey. Hey, there's food out here. So, those bees there, they just look damp, but I can't tell if they really are. No, it's hard to tell.
Of course, this could have been for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the last time I came out and looked, it was probably a month ago, and I never noticed any bees flying that particular day from this hive. So this may have been recent, it may not have been.
One that never got built out. Frames. Got a little pollen. Empty. So we left, I think, 2 boxes of honey. Still some honey, and there was lots of brood. So this may have been mostly brood.
And there's a lot of honey leaking down on that side.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it in
This
this light. Turn it a little
looked
bit
like a
yeah,
brood
like
pattern.
that. See if I can catch the reflection on here. I don't know if I can. Okay.
So they didn't starve. We know that. If they starve, then generally you'll see them head first in the cells, and they're not doing that.
Well, it looks like whatever got them pretty quickly.
Yeah. Most likely moisture, because they're sort of all over. They're not clumped up. Some mold in there. That tells me it was too moist. Oops, sorry, scraped it up. There was a bee covered in mold.
All right.
Yep, there's another one down there, so I'll let you take a look at that before I...
So now, will you use those frames after washing them or something, or will you not use them?
Yeah, I'll freeze them. I mean, it's a little bit of mold is not going to hurt anything, as long as it's not, you know, sort of a disease type thing. If it's just moisture,
Then you can freeze it and it'll take care of it?
yeah, we'll put these boxes in there. Look right here. Yeah, so
Moisture got them.
yeah, I had this thing in the back, but I had it on both. Both hives are exactly the same way. Yeah, see how that's sticky? Bunch of bee parts. So, I don't know at what point, but did you see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Close up of that. So yeah, looks like a moisture problem.
That's a first for us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the first year that we did the insulation the way we did it. We just didn't leave enough of a crack for the moisture to get out.
Could be. And in the top of, okay, so small interruption there we had to take care of. Back to the bees. Went ahead and pulled the rest of the hive apart. So we have, I pulled all the deeps out. So we had a deep and two mediums. The deep, as you can see, really had nothing left. A little bit of just leftover brood that was probably from last year, but all the cells were empty by and large. A little bit of honey left over, just setting them out in the sun, and also to let the bees from the other hive pull off any honey that's there, any nectar or whatever. And then the bottom and the medium box really had nothing there. It was pulled out comb, but no honey left, no bees left, no nothing. The top box still had probably half a box full of honey. So with the bees not being in their head deep in the cells, sort of still in the cluster, and still honey left in there, I don't think it was starvation. And the fact that we saw some mold in here. There's also this one frame. I don't know if you could tell the color difference, but it's black here, and let me turn it this way. And I haven't really taken a look at that yet, but it looks weird. It's old comb, which is not unusual, but that looks strange. Like, I don't know why that looks so dark. Maybe nothing, maybe something, I don't know, but I won't put this frame back in the box. Some of this is due to change out anyway. So got that frame, and then I always have a slatted rack in the bottom just to give bees more space. It may or may not help with swarming, but it doesn't hurt. Back when I started beekeeping, a lot of times when I would put a new frame in the bottom box, the bees would eat off like the bottom inch or so. Once I started using slatted racks, they stopped doing that. I don't know if it was because there was too much light down near that part of the comb, but they would eat that foundation off and they would build out the rest of it. So once I started using slatted racks, they stopped doing that. So looks like most of the bees are just down here. I don't see anything unusual. They just feel soggy. So this hive didn't make it, but you could tell the other hive over there seemed to be fine. So I'll clean all this stuff up and we'll get it ready to go in case we get more bees. Hopefully this hive is doing well enough we could do some splits. We'll see. we'll probably pop that one open here just to make sure they've got plenty of food. It's getting up to 51 degrees today. It's already really warm, especially here in the sun. So I want to make sure they've got plenty of food just in case it gets cold again. We're not quite into March. Massachusetts, I'm really not sure if we're going to have really cold weather again or not. So we'll stop on this one, and then I'll sort of clean this up and we'll take a look at the other hive.